I'm Savannah with Savvy Shoots Photography. Today I'm going to go over everything that you need for your detail shots for your wedding. So today I'm going to explain a couple things that I do, how I work with your details, and how you can prepare for your wedding for the best detail pictures for your wedding day. Okay, first I'm going to start off with some stationery. So here I have some wedding invitations. Sometimes brides like to include their RSVP cards or their save the dates as well, or their envelopes. Totally up to you. A lot of times we will do a photo with just stationery if that's something that you want to document, something that you splurged on. We have some jewelry here, so I always recommend including any jewelry that you're wearing for the wedding day. So whether you have bracelets, I have a necklace here, earrings, and of course all the rings. So most times the thing that gets forgotten during a wedding detail box is the men's wedding band or the women's wedding band. So usually you're already wearing your engagement ring. I'll take that. We like to have all three rings together if possible. I also have a ring box here, so I always bring a ring box to a wedding just to help with pictures. I understand not everyone has a customized ring box, but if you do have one that you want to share or you want to pick out a ring box on Amazon that matches your colors, that is always really helpful for your photos. Your wedding shoes, we love including shoes, especially if you're doing something really fun or if you have two pairs of shoes. So I've had lots of brides that have had customized Converse or Vans that we also include in some shots, just so you can help remember that part of the day. I always bring ribbons. Now this is not something that you would have to buy, but I like to include these fun ribbons just to add some details to your wedding day. So if that's something that you want control over and you want to pick out your own ribbon, I found these on Amazon. You can get them anywhere. And sometimes you may have a jewelry box or some kind of keepsake. I always recommend throwing that in there as well in with your detail shot. So this was a gift that someone gave me for my wedding. So just as an example for you. And then your veil. So if you have a veil, I always love using this in your detail shots. I also love using it for the background of your detail shots. If you don't have a veil, that's totally okay. Sometimes I will also use the train of your dress for the background just to incorporate even more from your day. So I want to incorporate as much as possible in your wedding day into these detail photos. I'm going to show you a little bit today on what you can expect when we take detail photos, when we take them at your wedding day, just so you can get an idea of what you may or may not want to include and what your photos can look like. All right, so today I'm going to show you how I would put your wedding details together and what a typical flat lay would look like. I put flat lay in quotes because a lot of times I like to use more dimension than just the flat ground. So I usually do a couple variations of shots. I'll do one shot of all the details together, and then I kind of zoom in and get details of everything individually, like the earrings, the shoes, the rings, things like that. So like I mentioned, if you have a veil, veils are my favorite. I'm gonna put this as the backdrop, or probably here I'm going to drape it over this couch. This is a really long veil. This is actually from Amazon. So if you didn't know, you can get veils from Amazon. I had a couple brides use this actually, and works really well. So I'm going to drape this over here. Now this veil has not been steamed. I highly recommend steaming your veil. I think that gets forgotten too. I would do it at the same time you steam your dress. So I'm going to put these shoes together here. I'm actually gonna put them underneath, and then I put the rings in the ring box here. I'm gonna put those here in the top of the box just to add some filler here. Put some earrings on our veil here. Now, if you have a bouquet, I don't have a bouquet today, but sometimes I'll put the earrings in a bouquet. And the necklace here. So this is actually all of my wedding jewelry, fun fact. I did not get detail shots at my wedding, so we're doing them today. All right, I'm gonna go down here. So for this shot, I'm gonna put, the stationery is two sides, so I have two of them so we can get both sides. I'm just gonna take one for this shot here, and I'm actually gonna put it here, I think. So the thing about detail shots and why photographers love them, we have a lot of control, so we can just start being really artistic here. But we love doing these as soon as we get to your bridal suite because it gives us time to get our brain going, gives us time to warm up. And honestly, it's really great for the bride and the bridal party for you to get used to us being around and the camera being around without it being up in your face the whole time. So That is why we always put these in our timeline. I know they're not always priority number one for brides, but that is one reason why we always try to get them in there too, so to get you guys acquainted. Now, I do have these chiffon ribbons here. So again, I got these on Amazon. You can buy them, you don't have to buy them. I just think they're fun to include. So I think I'm gonna use this green actually. I'm gonna stick with the green. So a lot of times I'll use this for your shots. If you are getting real flowers for your wedding day, you can always ask the florist to bring a couple extra flowers or flower petals that were left over or that fell off your bouquet and add this in for your shots as well. So that is always something that can be fun to use. Some florists might charge extra for it, so always just double check with them. All right, I'm gonna do something super basic here. I think I'm gonna go under this. It's kind of like a trial and error to see what we like best here. All right, so I'm just gonna take a couple shots here. I'm actually gonna move this, I think, so we can see that ring. All right, so we always like to use natural light too. So I'm by a window here today. If possible, natural light, I think looks more beautiful, helps the ring to shine. So we always try to find natural light when possible. I just think it looks nicer, it looks more natural. So sometimes we will take your detail box and bring it to a window or somewhere else in your venue, or if your venue has some really cool tile floor, we like to use that. So I'm just gonna take a couple shots here. See what that looks like here. Now, sometimes we wanna see like the side of your shoe. So a lot of times we'll do one of these and let the shoes kind of frame in all of our stuff here. Now, none of my jewelry has been cleaned in 2 years, so ignore that. All right, so a lot of times I'll start wide to get all the details, and then I'll zoom in and make sure I get, you know, all of these. Perfect. Now, something else that I like to do, just so it doesn't throw you off, is if there is a really cool windowsill, sometimes I will put like shoes and the earrings in the windowsill just to get some extra effect. So what I recommend for your wedding day, have everything ready in a box or a bag so we could just grab it. So again, make sure you have all 3 rings, any jewelry, your stationery, your shoes, any kind of something borrowed, something blue that you want to include, even if you're not taking it with you on your wedding day. If it means something to you, definitely just throw it in there. The more the merrier. Look at this. Tell me when. Oh, and for all my photographers out there, I am using a 35mm lens. Just because it is versatile, I can go far away and up close without having to change lenses. Makes it easy to crop in as well. All right. Well, today we were able to talk about your detail shots. Make sure that you have everything together for your wedding day. If I missed anything or if you have any other questions, feel free to jump in the comments below. You can also check out more on our channel of how to get the best photos on your wedding day.